Hi everyone, this is Srinivas Reddy. I am going to explain what is module. So in Terraform, modules are very important. In mostly all the interviews, they are going to ask what are the modules you are using, and it is not for interview purpose, but it is also very important to understand modules because we are going to create multiple multiple resources. So at the time compulsory we are going to call some of the modules. Okay, I mean you have root module, child module, registry module, like that you have different types of modules are there. Okay, so the first thing, what is module in the sense? So it is nothing but we are going to call group of .tf files to deploy resource. That is nothing but a root module or something. We can tell module, root module in the sense. So every Terraform configuration file has a root module, one compulsory have one root module. So Terraform modules are a collection of .tf files that are used together to deploy a resource. That is called a module. And what is child module in the sense? When a root module calls another module, it is often known as a child module. So whenever a root module calls another module, it is known as a child module. So I will explain clearly. Okay, see here, this is main website for the Terraform, HashiCorp related. So they are going to tell a module, it is a container for multiple resources. I mean container, it is nothing but having group of things. Okay, to get our resources, okay, we are going to use a module. So every Terraform configuration has at least one module known as the root module. So what is root module in the sense? Every Terraform configuration has at least one module. I mean whenever we are going to use the command terraform init terraform apply, right? So without calling without calling in the sense, okay, we can call also. Root module, it is nothing but we are going to directly call all the resources. I mean without any other module or something, directly we are going to create our infrastructure, right? That is the root module. Suppose inside the root module you are going to call another module, that is called a child module. Child module in the sense, just one example like that. So suppose here you have a VPC related requirement is there. So here under the source you are going to call another one. So Terraform AWS module, in this directory you have VPC, inside the VPC you have AWS, correct? So like that we are going to call another module from the root module. It is called a child module. Okay, see, a module can call other modules, which lets you include the child modules resources into the configuration in concise way. So here we have one example related to the child module. To call a module means to include the contents of the module into the configuration with specific values for input variables. Modules are called from within other modules using module blocks. Here the module blocks, it is nothing but see, these are the within the block body between, so open and closed, right, are the arguments for the module. Modules call uses the following kinds of arguments. I mean, see, this is one of the example. Okay, source, under the source /app cluster is there. Okay, see, a child module that includes a module block, like this is the calling module of the child module. Okay, so it is going to call a child module app cluster. Okay, so here you have different arguments are there. So source, it is the one of the argument, version is the one of the argument. Okay, and input variables are also. Okay, so we can see one by one. So source in the sense, see, almost all modules require a source argument. So we can see some of the examples related to the sources. See, module sources are there. See, local path, how we can call in the sense by using a local path, Terraform registry, GitHub, Bitbucket, some HTTP URLs, URLs and S3 buckets, so etc. See here the given examples. Okay, source in the sense dot slash console, just that is one of example. Okay, next terraform registry in the sense, see here HashiCorp slash console slash AWS, it is going to call from the registry. It is also called a registry module, the mod. Okay, so one more example, see it is calling from the app.terraform.io example, correct, and from GitHub also we are going to call. Okay, so this is github.com HashiCorp example. Okay, so like that we have many examples. We can call from the Bitbucket also. Okay, and from GitHub repository also we are going to call. The source it is GitHub repository. Okay, from GitHub. Okay, so like that we have many things are there. Okay, so then, so when it is that is source. Okay, so after this source we have the version. See here below the source we mention version, right? So this argument also we can give inside the module. When using modules installed from a module registry, we recommended explicitly constraining the acceptable version. Okay, suppose whenever we are going to mention inside the module, we are using a registry, compulsory we need to mention version. Okay, so version constraints how we can give in the sense, see here 1.20 in between 2.00 like that. Okay, so we can mention like that version related, suppose whenever we are going to mention with a registry. Okay, so next meta arguments are there. Meta arguments in the sense, here you have the count. So count in the sense compulsory we are going to mention how many missions we need, like that. So that is the count meta argument. So the syntax will be like that: resource AWS instance server, here count equal to 4, create 4 similar EC2 instances by using the same AMI instance type T2 micro. So server $count index, and count object here we can see for each also we can use instead of the count. See here, create one instance for each subnet. Okay, inside the count we are going to mention where.subnet IDs. Okay, and instance type and subnet ID, where.subnet IDs count index. For each subnet we are going to create one mission. Okay, so create one instance for each subnet. So each also we can use for each. Okay, so other than directly using count. Okay, so like that providers are also there. So we have different providers are there. See here, provider AWS, and region we are going to call as a US West 1, US West 2. Okay, so after this source we are going to call as a provider, correct? Yeah, so modules with alternate provider configurations are also there. Okay, so then this is about modules. So module, it is nothing but a group of .tf files, okay, to create our resources. Okay, root module in the sense every terraform configuration related directory, it consisting of one root module. From root module we are going to call another directory or something. Okay, it is called a child module. When a root module calls another module, okay, that is nothing but a child module. Okay, totally we can say, okay, we have the root module and child module and registry module is there. Okay, thank you. This is about modules in Terraform.